I'm acting like a drunk already. Well,
Stop being a drunk.
I guess I don't have to act like a drunk, just be one.
My hands are dry.
You want to make sure you look good for the camera?
Yeah. No, I want to make sure
your hands look pretty.
I want to make sure that my hands don't crack.
In case we have a hand model that watches the show.
You need more cream than that.
Are we started?
Totally started.
Why do
Our cameraman
always do that?
We have a cameraman who doesn't help. What the hell do you want from me?
Roll it.
We finally have some staff here in
The
the
studio.
studios, the living room studios. So
I'm sure everyone's very interested in this sort of thing.
yeah, not at all.
About how
Give
I'm.
away the location.
No,
Shut up, Gwen.
I'm never gonna give away the location. I don't want all 2 of my fans showing up unannounced. How am I gonna handle 2 fucking people?
Okay, now I'm ready.
Welcome to another episode of Big and Stupid Game Reviews. I'm Stupid J.
Big Mike. Today we're going to review Dead Space 3.
I don't know why I gave an action pose.
I don't either.
Probably because it's a fucking action game.
It is an action game.
It's a goddamn action game, Mike. It's no longer survival horror.
Dead Space has never been survival horror.
I knew this argument was coming.
I've played survival horror games. Dead Space is not.
Yeah, like Raccoon City.
Yes, exactly like Raccoon City.
Okay.
It's jump scares and dark.
Dude,
But then even this,
they don't even do that.
they take the jump scares away and the dark away.
Yeah. Anyway,
Let's
start with what's good.
Okay. I actually have some stuff that's good.
Let's hear it.
Not a lot, but...
Let's hear it.
Well, the thing is, I have a lot of things wrong with this game.
Mm-hmm.
But I kept playing it of my own free will. Because it kept me entertained. It did what a video game's supposed to do. And it made me want to play it.
There's no argument there.
wanted to play Dead Space 3. It is not a horror game. The characters are terrible. But I wanted to play it because it's a fun game. So I'm going to pick this thing apart, but in the end, it's a good game. I mean, the way that Dead Space has always done it, with your health indicator thing on your back, there's no HUD.
Yeah,
There's no HUD. Everything that you need is on your gun or your suit. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It keeps an organic feel to the game. You don't have to keep checking. You don't have to pause anything to check. If you want to find out where you need to go, you don't have to check your map. You just got to press your thing and it shows you where to go. And if you don't want to use that, you don't have to. So,
yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's it. That's everything you like about it.
That's everything. Like I said, there's a lot of things wrong with it, but it's still a good game, which, in the overall scheme of things, is all that really matters.
I really enjoyed this story. I'm glad to finally find out what the markers are all about, what's going on. I could have done without the villain of this, and I didn't like the actor who portrayed it, and it was just too cliched. I didn't really like it. And Dead Space is really good for staying away from the fucking cliches, but for this story they kind of went towards it. But I did like the characters. I liked the everyman voices that they got. I liked the people arguing constantly because we're scared. We don't want to do this, and they're like, some of us are like, we have to do this, and it sucks, and and I liked it. I liked that tension. I love the way this game looks. The CG sequences are amazing. I love the way it looks. Hey, stop him, because he's gonna fuck up. Get away from there, shithead. I'm yelling at my cat, not a dwarf, in case you people are wondering.
No, it's okay, Abraham Lincoln. Okay, go ahead.
But at first I hated the leveling up with your weapons and your rig.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the old way they did it, with just nodes and putting them where you needed. and now finding weapon parts and putting them together, I hated it. I hated the way it's put together. I didn't like it. But the more I played, and then when I played it co-op, and I discussed it with my partner, I was able to figure it out better. And then when I got better, I was able to make better weapons. So I did like it. The problem is the way it's set up, you'll be at that bench like 20 minutes. It takes forever. And the old way is almost easier. But I kind of like how I can have a plasma cutter with a grenade attachment. You know, like I can do different stuff. So it's cool. I love it, and I have like a love-hate relationship with that. Isaac is still a little clunky, and Carver, the two guys, still fluid for the most part with shooting and doing what you need to do. But I still, he even runs better and moves better, but it just doesn't feel like it's there, like it should be. Like it doesn't feel smooth as it should be yet. You know, I don't know why, but unless that's on purpose, because you're always wearing a big clunky suit of armor. That's supposed to be for realism. I don't know.
Says the guy who plays Gears 4.
And I've always admitted those controls are bad.
They're bad.
You know? But these controls are not bad. I'm just saying he feels clunky in his movement, you know, for the most part. It's hard. This is easily the hardest of them all. I love first player, solo, and the co-op separate. I like how they change it. Like when you're with your partner, the two of you guys, the scenery will change a little bit. The puzzles actually change to be two-player puzzles. I like it. The problem is when you put co-op games that a lot of people seem to do is games that are going to be co-op, they intend you to play them in co-op. And I feel like because this is co-op, that's the way you're supposed to play it. And I was playing it solo. I got about halfway through by myself, and I got killed a lot. And I got my ass kicked a lot on the easiest difficulty setting. And it wasn't until I teamed up with some online friends that I was able to go and actually beat the game. And even then, it was difficult. And I'm never a fan of, here's a co-op game. You can play it by yourself, though. No, you can't. Don't lie to me. That's bullshit. You know, it's...
I didn't think it was that bad. It was tough, but I was playing it on normal, and I had few problems. Few. And I'm no shooter expert guy.
The expert gamer, right here.
But
he looked like a dumbass.
No, it was definitely tough.
It was easily a tough sound, because now, in 1 and 2, they concentrate on, like, what's that sound? There's shit going around. You're looking around. All right, there's nothing. And then all of a sudden, there's one guy. Okay, take him out. All right. In this one, it's like, I think I heard something. Turn the lights on. Do-do-do-do-do. Nothing scary here. Oh, 50 enemies! And some are behind you half the fucking time. That's annoying. So that's easily my...
That's the thing about the weapon upgrade thing. I barely upgraded anything, and I got through it by myself on medium. So the weapon upgrade thing, it might be a pain in the ass. You don't have to do it.
Yeah,
it's optional.
Yeah, I mean, once I got the hang of it, I enjoyed it, but it was fine the way it was before. It's one of those things that it wasn't broke. Why fix it?
Yeah.
You know, it was one of those deals to me. I like the idea of combining weapons. Yeah, that's fine, cool. But this isn't Army of Two. This is Dead Space. You know what I mean? I liked the Dead Space way. So why is it? It's the same universe, the same characters in the same places, and now just because I go to a different ship, they don't have nodes. But they luckily have all these other parts laying around. That doesn't make sense to me. You figure.
It all works. It should all work the same.
Yeah, and you know, and I understand Isaac's an engineer. That's something that I like about the character. You know, he's not a super soldier. He's an engineer. But that's also what makes the game kind of fun with doing the puzzles and stuff like that. But I don't know. I like this game. I love this game. I just don't like that it's a shooter action adventure game now. That's what I don't like.
It's an action shooter,
and that really is my biggest complaint about this game, other than the little things I've already mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know anything.
Because it's not a bad game.
The weapons and the armor didn't bother me because I didn't really upgrade the weapon. I think I, just put in the stuff to make it fire more rapidly and be more powerful. But I basically used that same... I mean, the first 2 Dead Spaces I always did with just the plasma cutter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because it was an achievement, but I found that the other ones, the other guns weren't that much of an upgrade.
Well, and
the plasma cutter,
for dismemberment, the plasma cutter is
once the plasma cutter is upgraded, there's nothing really better than that. So that didn't bother me, and I got the N7 armor from playing Mass Effect,
which is pretty cool.
So I just it looked awesome.
Yeah.
So I just pretended that Isaac Clarke was a more boring Captain Shepard, and that I was in a bad that I was in a bad level in a Mass Effect game, and it just went on for a long time. So that's how I got through it. But
what do you think of boss fights? Because I am up in the air. There were some boss fights I thought were standard, good boss fights. There was, okay, here's the glowing thing, shoot it, it runs around, and that's cool. But then there were some where I wanted to just take this bottle and break it over my own head. Because it's like, fight this giant monster. Okay, cool. But fight 50 tiny little bastards at the same time.
Yeah, there's always the little bastards.
That kind of shit.
Well, I liked it because boss fights, that's what a boss fight's supposed to be. Boss fight's supposed to be a big, challenging, and they've been getting away from that in games lately.
Oh, yeah.
Where they just, they'll throw a quick time event or a cutscene at you at the end of a level, and it just takes something away. So I like
some I just thought were fun, and I loved them, and others I didn't think were fun. They were just annoying.
No, I think the boss fights are probably the part of the game that I like the most, because that's when I died. So it was like, all right, well.
And in Dead Space, dying is half the fun.
Yeah, well, there's just some of the things that are the same problems I had from the first couple Dead Space games. Isaac never feels like a hero, or even like an everyman that rises to the occasion. He's just like an errand boy. It's like, oh, Isaac, go do this. We're gonna sit around.
Yeah, because he's the only
while
guy
you're doing it.
Because he's the only guy who can do it.
It just.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It just bothersome.
Well, that's definitely how one was. One was complete errand missions.
It feels like, oh, yeah, I'm hungry. Go get me a Snickers from the vending machine. His characterization, the way the character develops, I don't like it. Can we have a third game in a series where the main character is not like a depressed, beard, oh god, I hate my life, I wish I would die.
As soon as that first CG sequence started, I was like, fuck, I did what everyone else did.
Yep.
God damn it.
Yep.
It's Chris Redfield all over again.
Yeah, it's just, that kind of stuff is,
it
just bothers me. And then, like, I get that part of the core gameplay mechanic is dismembering these corpses. So I get it, that's the way that they're programmed to come apart. But like, I'll go up to a dude and I'll stomp on him, and then like an arm will fly off. And then I'll stomp on him again and his head flies off, and then he splits in half. And it's like...
And then he's stuck to your foot half the time.
Yeah, it just... I mean... like I said, I'm not going to say, program a whole different set of animations and stuff. Just don't make them fall apart when you stomp on them. Like, it's just stuff like that takes me out of, I'm enjoying myself, and then I won't even stomp on him, I'll just like walk past him and the wind from my boot just makes the guy explode, and it's like, well, now I know I'm playing a video game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, stuff like that. But really what bothered me the most was, oh, I'm so depressed over my girlfriend. Oh, we found your girlfriend. I'm going out with her, jerk. It's like, did we really need that part of it? Yeah. And then after you get off the ship, like the good part of the game when you're on the ship, and then you have to play Lost Planet, and I'm like, I already played Lost Planet and I didn't like it, so why are you making me play Lost Planet again?
Well, again, because that was one of those things where they're trying to change up scenery, and I liked it. I liked that it was a little bit more different off of the ships. I liked it. I liked how it was different.
The whole point of Dead Space thing is the confined corridors, creepy atmosphere, and that was the last thing. The jump, like the necromorphs laying around. Mm-hmm. Like, through the first half of the game, every time I see a corpse laying on the ground, don't get up. And then, you know, I started noticing they're not getting up. Did they stop doing that?
No, there's a couple times where they happen.
I don't remember it ever happening.
Yeah.
I played through the whole game, and as far as I know, nobody rose back up from that. which bugged me for some reason, because that's part of the series.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I like some of the new stuff they tried. Going on the planet. The, so again, the co-op puzzles is fun. I like doing the, you know when you get on the lines and you have to descend down stuff or ascend?
I like that.
I hated all the ascending. I loved all the descending. When I had to ascend stuff and I would have to use stasis, I always was dying. I had to do all those in co-op. They were really hard. But descending, and it was slower, it was much more difficult.
Yeah.
But descending, you could run and jump and shoot, and it was crazy and fun. And
all right, well, let's wrap this one up. What's our final verdict on it?
I paid $64 for the collector's edition. I'm glad I did. I enjoyed it and I recommend it. Sure, it's not survival horror anymore. It's a shooter. It's an action-adventure game. But I enjoyed it. I had fun. I enjoyed the co-op, which means I always have to give a shout-out to your friend and mine, Lucifer, and, of course, Light Strife.
I don't play anything co-op because, for some reason, nobody wants to play video games with me. I don't know why.
Well, certain ones you can't.
So, yeah. I liked it. I liked it. I mean, I probably wouldn't pay $60 for it. $40? I mean, and that's pretty good for me. So,
yeah,
I mean, even though I had a lot of problems with it, it's clunky, the story's stupid, but it looks good, and it is a fun game. So, what else do you want out of a video game?
In the end, that's what's important.
That is what's important, and it is. So,
cool.
Get it.
No, don't get up, Joe. I got it.
All right.